Yeah, shalom, shalom. Give all praises and honor and glory to the Most High Yahweh. And I just want to mention certain stuff on diet. I buy this book in the Mona a couple of years ago. One of many books I buy there. And it give you a whole breakdown of the diet. It give you natural herbal supplement. And I'm a testimony of this because I go to the community and I see it work there for them. You understand me? Like our people having high blood pressure, having liver problem, kidney problem, and dialysis. So it's something about the Mona and them dietary laws. And they're the only vegan community in the entire earth. So even today I was watching a program with them and they were out beating drum, having fun, enjoying themselves. We just like a sheep here to the slaughter in Americas, man. Like we can go outside without a face mask on and all that stuff. And even that might be a different topic, but even Israel, today is the 20th of May. Israel banned face masks there. They say it's too hot, people cannot wear it. But just to see the brothers and sisters in the Mona vibings, and it's a good thing. So I'm just going to read a scripture. I want it to be as quickly as possible. I'm going to go to Numbers. Numbers 11. Right? Numbers 11 chapter. I'll read some of it there. Right? Okay. All right. So Numbers 11. It said, and when the people complained, it displeased the Most High. So you see what's going on here. The children of Israel complaining. But let's see what they're complaining for. Numbers 11 verse 1. And when the people complain, it displeased the Most High. That's something the Most High hate, man. A complainer, man. You understand me? And the Most High heard it, and his anger was kindled, and the fire of the Most High burnt among them, and consumed them that were in the uttermost parts of the camp. So meaning the one that was be the uttermost part at the camp. When the Most High hear the murmuring, man, the fire coming out the sky and was burning them up, man. Right? And the people cried unto Moses. And when Moses prayed unto the Most High, the fire was quenched. And he called the name of the place Tibarah, because the fire of the Most High burnt among them. And the mixed multitude that was among them fell a lusting. And the children of Israel also wept again and said, who shall give us flesh to eat? So the mixed multitude, that some of those Egyptians that came out to Egypt, they fell a lusting, man. So the Most High destroyed some of them too, man. But it said here, and the children of Israel also wept again and said, who shall give us flesh to eat? So the children of Israel, they were murmuring and crying for flesh, man. For meat. For fish. You understand me? Because when the Most High delivered them out the land of Egypt, what the Most High did, he put our ancestors on a diet, man. Because all the garbage and stuff that we was eating in Egypt, the Most High wanted to purge it from our body. But all when this happening, let's see what happened. Verse 5. What the children of Israel said, we remember the fish which we did eat in Egypt freely. Right? They don't know that, like, listen, man, they still want to eat fish in Egypt freely after the Most High cursed the water, man. After all those stuff was dying in the water, they used to go to the Nile, catch the freshwater fish, and they were eating it freely because the river was there. So they start reminiscing on that. It said the cucumbers and the melons and the leeks and the onion and the garlics. So they were using all these things to season the fish and the flesh and the meat and all that. So they were murmuring about that. Verse 6, but now our soul is dried away. There is nothing at all beside this manna before our eyes. So you see, although the Most High put away those Babylonianism, those Egypt, what Egypt was giving to them, and the Most High was feeding them manna from heaven, the people them rebel, our ancestors rebelled, man, and said, we don't need this, man. Our soul dried up, our body dried up. That's why when Yahushua come in the gospel, Yahushua said, man shall not live by bread alone. You understand me? We're not going to live by our belly alone. And if we cannot make a step towards our own health, something is wrong, man. The meat we eating in Babylon, I'm not telling brothers, listen, everything is after compromise, man. You understand me? We can pull back from the Babylon, what they're feeding us in Babylon, man. They tell us all the meat, most of the meat farms in America, they polluted, man. And I can go deeper because chicken ain't white. So any white chicken that we consume, that white chicken is a clone. Any white lamb we consume, that white lamb is a clone. You understand me? Where you think the book of Ezekiel says we shall eat and defile bread amongst the Edens, man? All the pigs where you see our people eating, all the pigs white. Remember when Jacob left Laban's house in Genesis, Jacob left with the sheep that have different colors, man. Our animals back then did have different colors. You grow up in Jamaica, you see a chicken in the yard, chicken have different colors. You understand me? But everything that we have now is white. Sugar is white. You understand me? Flour is white. Wheat cannot be white. So anything you see white like that, rice, white, they put chemical in it, man. It's bleach. So the Most High want to take us away from that in Egypt. But the scripture said we complain, we murmur, and we rebel. Right? But continue. Numbers 11 verse 6. But now our soul is dried away. There is nothing at all beside this manna before our eyes. And the manna was as considered seed, the color thereof of the color of bdellium. If you look at the color of bdellium, it's going to tell you further. It is like a dark brown color and it's a gummy thing. That's what the manna was like, right? So the Most High putting back energy in our body, putting back vitamin, putting back, because like Jamaica, you eat cold foot chicken feet, it tell you the gum help, man, and all that stuff. But here the Most High was feeding us manna to help us. But what our ancestors did, they rebel. So the moral of this verse is, don't rebel no more, brothers and sisters. Because when we leave here, it's going to go just like this. We're going to go many days in that wilderness without meat, man. And the Most High, when I read the book of Josephus, tell you the wilderness is raining manna until this day, waiting for the children to come back in it, man. So guess what? When they go back in the wilderness, it's going to be starting raining manna again. So we might fall in a trap where we start murmuring again, man. Right? Verse 8. And the people went about and gathered it and ground it in mills and beat it in mortar and baked it in pans and made cakes of it. And the taste of it was as the taste of fish, of fresh oil. Right? And when the dew fell upon the camp in the night, the manna fell upon it. Then Moses heard the people weep throughout their families. The people was mourning, crying, man. God feed you. And you was crying for meat, what in Egypt, of all places. Right? Every man in the door of his tent, and the anger of the Most High was kindled greatly. Moses also was displeased. And Moses said unto the Most High, wherefore hast thou afflicted thy servants? And wherefore have I not found favor in thy sight, that thou layest the burden of all the people upon me? So Moses started to say, listen, man, all this, I'm tired of it, man. You understand me? Have I conceived all these people? Have I begotten them? That thou shouldest say unto me, carry them? So Moses get tired of us because what? One of this main murmuring was about meat, flesh. Right? Exodus, right after the Passover. The Passover was what? Exodus 12. So wait and see, I think Exodus 15. Right after we leave Egypt. Let's see what we do. Get Exodus 16. It said, Exodus 16 verse 1. And they took their journey from Elim, and all the congregation of the children of Israel came unto the wilderness of Sin, which is between Elim and Sinai, on the 15th day of the second month after departing of the land of Egypt. So you see that? So we leave Egypt 2 months and 15 days. Right? Verse 2. And the whole congregation of the children of Israel murmured against Moses and against Aaron in the wilderness. Let's see what they murmur for, if they want some gold or they want a house. And the children of Israel said unto them, Would the Most High we had died in the hand of the Most High in the land of Egypt, when we sat by the fleshy pot, and when we did eat bread to the full, for ye have brought us forth into the wilderness to kill us. Right? Brought us in the wilderness to kill this whole assembly with hunger. So the people, they murmur because they say in Egypt, just like in Jamaica, maybe at a Caribbean country, you have a grill there. You see people just hang out, buy beers, drink, eat. So they said, they murmured, man. They said, listen, this was in Egypt. But they never know the Most High was purging out the leaven out of their body. So that's why when they come in the gospel, the gospel said, purge out that leaven from us, man. So it's going to be a same journey we're leaving here, man. The Most High going to have favor upon us. So if we rehearsing the righteous act and rehearsing the law, why we can't rehearse that? You understand me? So for the vegan, the vegetable, the vegetarian, nothing wrong with that. You can eat lamb at the Passover, as what Yah said, but the whole purpose of this whole thing come down to now, we shouldn't be gluttonous over meat and flesh, man. Even myself. You understand me? I see where, because health is the key part of our life now. You understand? Because on black people, we have more strain, we have more stress. Black men and high blood pressure than any other nation. They might be lying. You understand me? We have diabetes than any other nation. We have all these sicknesses more than any other nation, man. Because even if you read the same Exodus 15 and from 23 go down, the Most High will tell you, man, if we listen his voice, the plagues that come up in Egypt, he's not going to put it on us. But these plagues come upon us now because we're not listening the voice of the Most High. I could go into the Apocrypha too, go into a couple of scripture in Sirach, going in Proverbs where it tells us about good eating, good health. And the only perfect eating and perfect health we'll have is when we produce our food ourselves. You understand me? So if you raise a chicken yourself, you raise a goat, you lamb yourself, you can kill it, but you don't have to be eating it every day. You don't have to be into meat every day. Same thing go with our vegetables. You understand me? Because everything works together. You understand me? As you watch a Lion King, you tell you everything is a circle of life. You understand me? You have the goat and the sheep and the cow. When they do-do, you use the do-do as manure in your own vegetable. But you go there, buy the vegetable, they spray all kind of poison on it. Everything destroy our body, man. So that's why we have to try push to a better lifestyle where we grow and cultivate our own food. Our ancestors, our foreparents, and the slave plantation, they used to do that. You understand me? They used to plant and everything, and they live longer than us, man. It's remarkable how much black people here lose their life at a young age, man. But we know death and everything is of the Most High, but we have to just walk into these laws. Be patient, man. You understand me? Be patient. A lot of you ain't patient, man. Be patient. Why rebel against the Most High? We rebel. We all rebel. We cannot pull our foot out of it. Read Daniel 9 verse 13. The scripture says, all Israel rebel against the laws of the Most High, man. We try to depart from these laws of the Most High, man. So why still rebelling, man? Why? Remember, like, subscribe, and share the video, man. And the Most High be with us all. But just remember, the Most High judgment is near. The Most High salvation is near. So we choose which one we like. Shalom.